First off, if you'll just say your name and your age.
I'm Lauren and I'm 11.
All right. Okay, Lauren. So I've got a set of about 15 questions for you. And like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever you think. So the first question is, at what age does someone become an adult?
18 and up.
18 and up. All right. What happens at 18 that makes them an adult?
They get more mature.
They're more mature. So there's something like that they start thinking like or whatever that makes them an adult. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I'm sure your family has like family rules. Yeah? If you could change one of those family rules, what would they be? What would it be?
Well, my dad, whenever we're like upstairs, it's always on Sunday, he always plays Xbox with his friends. With his friend. But the thing is that his friend lives in our neighborhood. So his little friend, he always goes downstairs and he has to play with them, and he plays Xbox with him, and I'm like, and every single time when he has to do that, we always have to get off our electronics, and he's mostly on it for the rest of the day. And on that day, all that we want to do is just relax. So when my dad does that, I always think, why won't you just go over there?
So the family rule you wish you could change would be, instead of him coming and having to turn off your electronics, that the rule would be he went there so you could stay on your
Well,
electronics.
he doesn't come there. He comes, they're on like separate big screens, playing together with a little mic.
Oh, so that's why y'all have to be off the electronics. That way he can have the most of it as possible.
Well, and also because so then there would be a better internet connection.
Yeah. Okay. So you wish that you could use your electronics on Sunday, huh?
Mostly because Sunday is like a relaxation day. We don't have anything on Sunday. So when we are on Sunday, then we can do nothing.
Yeah.
And all that we want to do is just relax.
Okay. So speaking of family, what's something that makes your family special? Like if someone were to go, man, the Loshers, what makes them special?
Well, in our family, what's special is that every single year we always go to Michigan to go up to Michigan. And what makes my family special is every single year on my birthday, we never celebrate my birthday because my birthday is always in a car driving home from Michigan.
So your family's special because you miss your birthday?
Well, it's not very special, but it is something that's like special about our family that happens every single year.
Okay. So it's something that's unique about your family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's that y'all always take a big family trip back to Michigan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. What is your favorite story in the Bible?
My favorite story in the Bible is the Adams and Eve story.
Yeah? Why is that one your favorite?
Because I love hearing about the beginning and the first people that ever walked on the earth. It's very satisfying. It's very unique for me, and I love hearing about. My favorite book is actually Genesis.
Oh, very cool. All right. Now here's something. This one may be easy for you to answer since we had class together, and I heard you talk about this a little bit. But would you say that you are a good friend? Yes or no?
Yes, because I always care about my friends. And so my friend, she's in Florida right now, and the entire time I've been texting her and saying, you okay? And I always really give everything to them, all of my, I always share all my feelings with them, and whenever they're hurt, I am always the first one to be there for them.
Cool. That's very good. All right, now here's something a little bit different. If you could be, I'm just going to make sure that we're still rolling. Yep, good deal. If you could be any animal in the world, what animal would you be?
Eagle.
You'd be an eagle? Okay. Now, imagine that all the animals could talk. How would the world be different?
Because then there would be more hate in the world. Because then, if the animals, they start being rude because everyone else is rude, and then the world will even have more hate.
Man.
And angry.
Okay. Very interesting. Okay, let's go to school for a minute. I'm sure now that you're in 6th grade, right? And so you take tests fairly often. Is it okay to cheat on a test if you won't get caught?
No.
Why not?
Because if you cheat on a test, you might still get caught because when they look over the answers, then they can see the exact same answers on every sheet. And then you would even get in more trouble.
Okay. So is it wrong because of that chance of getting in trouble, or is there something more to it?
Well, the chance of getting in trouble, and also it's a sin.
Okay. All right. Here's another one of those kind of hypothetical sort of things. If you could be invisible for a day, what would you do?
If I could be invisible, I would sneak up to my friends and scare them half to death. Actually, I would do that to my sisters. So what I would do is I would grab a big bucket of spiders, and then I'd go up to my sister's bed and just dump them all over her when she's sleeping.
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
And then she won't know it was me.
Okay. Seeing as how you're talking about giving something to someone, although giving spiders isn't the best, we're going to flip it. What's the best thing you've ever given to someone?
The best thing ever given to someone is, well, the best thing I've ever given to someone was actually my love to somebody. It's because when I give it to them, then I just like want to give them my love. So then when something goes wrong with me, then they will, like if something goes wrong, then they would always be there for me too.
It kind of goes back to our memory verse today, doesn't it? Love your neighbor as yourself. So you love people because you like to be loved too. That's very good. All right. So what would you say is the hardest thing about being a kid?
The hardest thing about being a kid is when you want to get something or you just want to go somewhere, then you can't go.
So it's kind of the depending on other people? You're not quite independent enough yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't go to a lot of things, like you can't do your choices, but that's kind of a good thing, because if you want to go somewhere, it's actually a bad place, then your parents will tell you no.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of going places, what's your favorite place in the world?
Japan.
Japan? Oh, I gotta know why. Why Japan?
Because there's capsule hotels and sushi.
It's a good combination. Okay, let's go back to school for a minute. If you were a teacher and the kids weren't listening to you, what would you do?
If they weren't listening to me, then I would probably be like, well, first, I would be intimidating.
Oh, you'd be...
I would be intimidating and, like, snap at them and say, this isn't the right way. What if your parents were here? Would you act that same way?
What if your parents were watching? Okay. All right. Think about yourself again for a minute. If you could invent something that would make life easier for people, what would you invent?
I would actually invent a cure for autism.
A cure for autism?
And diseases.
So would it kind of be like a zap sort of thing?
Actually, I would make it so that it won't hurt. And all that you have to do is that you would have to wear an armband for the day, and then the next day it would be gone. And it's not tied or anything, it's just a very comfy armband.
Yeah. Cool. And if you had to describe yourself in 5 words, how would you describe yourself?
Sharing, loving, kind, forgiving, and loving.
So loving gets 2? But you went to them really quick. That was good. Sharing, loving, kind, forgiving.
And grateful.
And grateful. Okay. Those are very nice words. Last one. If you could make one rule that everyone in the world has to follow, what rule would you make?
I would actually do the golden rule.
What's that?
It's treat others the way you would want to be treated. Because if everyone followed that rule, then the world would be a great place.
All right. Well, that was very good. Thank you, Lauren. Appreciate it.